Hi guys, welcome back. So in this video I am going to be exploiting SSH port 22. Okay, since we already have the target IP, I am just going to open up a terminal and open up MSF console. Now here we do the same thing, we just search through the database. So we type in search SSH login. And we are going to be using this auxiliary scanner. Copy and paste that. Now that we're in, we want to be looking into options. So we have, well, we can do quite a few: blank passports, blank passwords, brute force. We set the passwords, pass files are hosts. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is set our host to the target machine. And then we are going to set the user file, which is a file of usernames in order to that we're going to use to access the system. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. I'm just going to type that in for now and put this to one side. What I have to do is create a word list, two word lists, one with usernames and one with passwords, that will be used in order to attack the system and trying to get the password and username. So for this we use the Crunch application, which is already built in. If we go to password attacks, just go on to Crunch. So that's the command there. So let's say we want minimum words of a password of 5, 6, and then we can just type in things like 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, something like that. And we want to save this file. So we would do -O and then the directory where you want to save it. Ooh, I forgot one thing. So I'm going to open a new shell, and we're going to use the Crunch command, which is already built into Kali Linux. And then I'm going to specify the amounts, minimum and maximum words that the password or username could have. So I'm going to do 5 to 6, and then just enter in a few values. To save this file, I'm going to type in the root directory and the name. So let's say users.txt. That one's done. We can see it in, here we go, users is right there. It's a massive file as it has that many lines, so it does take a bit of time to go, but there we can see all of that word list. It keeps on going and it's in chronological order. So now we have to create a password word list. Same commands again. This time I'm going to do 67. Save it as passwords. Okay, so now that I've created both the files, the passwords and the usernames are in here. I have connected to a different network because my internet was a bit slow, which is why my Metasploitable IP has changed. So it's now 0.15 and my Kali Linux is 0.9. So I set the R hosts to 192.168.1.15, which is the Metasploitable. So now I'm going to set user file and then write down the directory. .users.txt. That has been set. And then I'm going to set the pass file or password the same way. Let me just check if I've saved it properly. Yep. If I just type in options, here I can see the pass file has been set, the R host, the user file has also been set. However, there's still a few more things that we need to set. So I'm gonna set which is over here to true. I'm also going to set verbose to true as well. Just type in options one more time to check if that's yep, and right over there. And then I'm going to exploit that, and that has failed because failed to validate pass file. Okay. Okay, so I fixed the error. What I needed to do was, I wrote down the wrong directory for the pass file. I've changed that, and now what the machine is doing now is going through the password and user file, trying to match any password and username it can to break into the system. It's a bit like a brute force attack, and it's going to try and use the whole password list to try and get in. It does take a bit of time though, because both files are really large. Okay, that took a really long time, but as you can see, they have guessed a few of the usernames and passwords. And every time it does, it creates a shell. It should have stopped on the first time, but I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, that stopped. It has created multiple sessions. So to see the sessions, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions have been created. So root password, that's one login. MSF admin, another login. And here's Kalsum and KaliG, the ones I made before. So if I just log into session 1, and I could here type in who am I. Here I have root access. Do ls for all of the files. If I wanted to upgrade to the interpreter shell, for that I would do Control Z and then yes, and then sessions 1. Oh, okay, I forgot one thing. Control Z, yes, sessions -U1. It's showing that it's upgrading to interpreter and opening the reverse TCP handler. So 5 so if I go to sessions 5, now the interpreter shell has opened, and with this I can do a lot more because I am basically inside the system. I have multiple usernames and passwords. I can do a lot more because right now if I just type in ipconfig, I can see well, the IP that this account is running on. So, and yep, see the web server IP and the IP that the account is running on. So I can do a lot more dangerous things with this. I could just hash dump the whole database to get more information with that. I could also use a webcam list command, which will display the current available webcams on the target host. I can upload and download different types of files from this. I won't be going into too much detail on how that is done, but I'm just starting off with simple examples. Thank you for watching my video, and I will go into more detail on the interpreter shell in future videos. But my next video will look into the telnet, or go more into detail how to exploit the telnet port